Hello and welcome to the post-match reaction of Manchester United versus Sevilla in the Europa League semi-final. So first semi-final over. আমার সাথে Aqib আছেন. Aqib, you were quite confident before the match. I predicted that Sevilla would win this 2-1. Exactly, they won it 2-1. But Manchester United obviously অনেক chance পেয়েছিল. Martial had like 4 chances in 5 minutes second half at one point, which he couldn't convert from, and eventually, obviously, the second goal came in for Sevilla, and Victor Lindelof, he was not aware of his man. Sevilla, the second goal score করলো. So let's talk about this match. What did you make of the performance, and what did you make of Ole's coaching, not bringing in players at the right time, perhaps?
First of all, I'm not wrong when I said we were supposed to win. I mean, we were the better team without a shadow of a doubt. Let's not beat around the bush. If I'm being honest, the reality is that this is a game that we have let go of rather than a game that they have won. This is a game that we have lost. Sevilla hasn't won this game. It's just absolutely awful performance from Manchester United. From first to everyone, I think bar 2 or 3 players, everyone was atrocious today. I mean, they deserve to lose, however. I mean, if you're talking about their performance, I mean, if their performance, if you're talking about if you're talking about the result in terms of the performance, definitely they deserve to lose because this was just awful. I mean, you don't have excuses for such awful performance. I mean, if I had too many, we actually started on the right foot. I mean, we scored the first goal, but that was the best we got. I mean, I think if you're talking about both the halves, I mean, we started brightly and then we just faded away. Both of the halves, I think for the first 10 to 15 minutes for both of the halves, we were the better team, and the other 30 minutes they were the better team because we didn't have any cutting edge in our play, basically. And I'm not even going to congratulate Sevilla because I would actually say this is not a win that they merit. I think it's Manchester United's loss for me. I mean, they have let it go.
Sevilla 2, Manchester United 1. If we look at the score, Suso scoring the 26th minute. First goal to Bruno Fernandes from another penalty.
Fantastic.
And then finally Luke de Jong in the 78th minute. If we look at stats, Sevilla had 9 shots on target. United had 20. Shots on target was 7, and
they just kept hitting the keeper. Go ahead. Yeah. Position was even Stevens, right?
Yeah, possession was. But if you think about that, then it makes you wonder. United এতগুলো shot, 20 shots, 7 on target, only 1 goal.
They just they didn't have the finishing ability to be very confident.
Do you think তাহলে ডিফেন্সের থেকে অ্যাটাকের সমস্যাটা বেশি ছিল এই ম্যাচে?
No, I wouldn't. I don't think so. I think both of them are the reason why we lost.
A mix.
Honestly speaking, if I'm being very honest, is this echoing, by the way?
No, that's fine. It's completely fine.
Okay. Honestly speaking, if I had too many pinpoint players, I think Lindelof. Oh my God, sell him! Just fucking sell this piece of shit. I mean, whenever we talk about someone, oh, Lindelof. Oh, he is a ball-playing centre back. You're not a fucking centre back, you fucking prick. You're not a centre back. You should just go and die somewhere. Sell him anywhere. I don't know why we bought him. This was a Mourinho signing, and Mourinho is known for buying players who are actually good. He is someone who cannot fucking defend. I mean, what on fucking earth were you doing for both of the goals? He ended up costing us both of the goals. If you're talking about the first goal, he was and people talk about him being an Iceman. He's an ice woman, you fucking prick. He doesn't have any strength. I mean, I'm someone who's a defender, and I would actually have more defensive contribution than Lindelof. He can defend. He just cannot defend. He's absolutely atrocious in defending. If you're talking about the first goal, he just lets them. It was so obvious he was going to pass it to the overlapping player. He just made it look so easy. I mean, he didn't even want to get a tackle on. How ridiculous is that? And we bought him for 32 fucking million. That's 32 million wasted. And I'm being very honest. And the second goal, oh my goodness. You have the fucking audacity, first of all. Let's talk about the goal. I want to blame Lindelof, but let's put it into context. There is this cross coming from Gabriel, from I think Jesus Navas, and then he lets the ball go. You're letting the ball go to whom, you fucking prick? There is a man behind you. You haven't seen it. And to make things worse, whenever we are talking about De Jong, he's supposed to be a target man. I mean, even if he had won the header, even if it was a free header, you can at least say that he missed the header. It was a shot with his foot. He just let the ball go. What the fuck are you doing? Get out of my fucking club, Lindelof. Get him fucking sold right now. Right fucking now, he has to be fucking sold. Get a new center back in. And he has the fucking audacity to blame it on Bruno. Oh my goodness, you have the fucking audacity. If I was there, I would have slapped him across his neck. You fucking prick. You fucking asshole. It's your fucking fault. Have the balls to own up and say it's my mistake, and then do what you. I don't know what he does. I mean, I don't know. He is someone who's been termed at a ball playing center back. He's not a center back, so I don't know what he's a ball playing whatever. I don't know. It's just he's not a Manchester United quality player. Awful. Absolutely ridiculous.
Who do you want to buy? মানে এমন কোন প্লেয়ার আছে যাকে ম্যান ইউনাইটেড
as I mentioned a lot of times, I actually want Manchester United to buy Benoit Badiashile. He's actually from Monaco. He is someone who is 19 years old, and he's so matured for someone who's 19 years old, and you can see his captaincy material. I mean, he's actually captaincy material because he's captaining the French under-21 team. So and everything about him, he's a tank. I mean, and he's very good on the ball as well. He's not like Lindelof, who's just very good on the ball and still misplaces a lot of balls. He's actually someone who's very good on the ball, and he's their main orchestrator. And for someone who's 19 years old, he's special, man. This guy is very special. I want Manchester United to go and sign him today. I fucking mean it. Today. I am not even lying. You need to buy him today.
Right. So, obviously Man United have been linked with Jadon Sancho. Do you still think that the Sancho deal is going to happen? Because the news coming out of Dortmund is that he's happy, he's not leaving unless United pay the money in one installment, no further installments. So do you think now that Man United are knocked out of the Europa League, they're going to finally go and get Sancho done?
I think that would be a reason for Manchester United to buy him, because this shit club with this awful management is going to buy a player just because we didn't win a Europa League. That's how this club happens. I mean, that's how this club works. I mean, if you're talking about the Bruno thing, I mean, I don't think we would have brought Bruno if Pogba and McTominay were not injured. It's such a horribly maintained club. I don't know what they're thinking. And when you ask that whether the Sancho deal will be done, I think it should be happening. I don't know. I really cannot trust Manchester. It's just so sad. It's just fucking sad that Ed Woodward has no idea about how and what to do, and he is in place for the recruitment. It's just appalling, man. I don't know where to start. And Sancho is a must, because if you're talking about Rashford, what the fuck did he do? But except for the very first goal, he didn't do anything. He absolutely offered nothing. You know what he does? He's the wannabe Robin who doesn't have a curler in him. What he does is, every time he gets the ball, what he's going to do is he wants to shoot and curl it. He doesn't have the versatility to go down the left once and go down the middle once. I understand that you're likely to be better on your right foot if you're someone who's an inverted forward, but that doesn't mean you don't have a fucking left foot. The problem is that when Rashford does that, every time defenders know he's going to come inside. I'm not telling you to go left every time. What you do is you go once left. The second time, the defender is in a confusion. He doesn't know what to do. Rashford was below par, man. Very much. Awful performance from Rashford. I think Rashford was even worse than Martial, because at least Martial got the chances. What the hell did Rashford do? He did absolutely nothing today. Nothing. He offered absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Very bad performance. I think if we buy Sancho, he could be, will be our left winger next season. Because I don't think, Rashford's performance uh, pre since post lockdown has been very average for me. It's been very mediocre, and he hasn't turned up to be our talisman, which he was prior to the lockdown. And you can always see
So
he doesn't have cutting edge.
would you sell
Yeah.
Rashford? Where would
No,
he go?
he's Manchester born and bred. We'll probably not sell him. I think what Manchester United need. I mean, if you're talking about the front three, what a lot of people are actually saying, we have a fearsome front three who scores 62 goals. But you know what you do with the fearsome front three? You buy someone else to make them better. Because if you buy Sancho, he would know when Sancho is probably gonna come straight into the team, and the person who's not going to be in part of who's not going to be a part of the top three is going to be giving it so much more so that he gets into the squad. And the current and if you're talking about the front three which is going to be the regular front three which is going to be starting next season, they are always going to be if they're always going to be in competition, because they would know as soon as they mess it up, there is someone waiting in the wings to come on for him. So I think Manchester United need that. A little bit of competition always helps me.
Hmm. So you're saying that they're a fearsome front three, but they're not fearsome enough at the moment, basically, which is
Yeah,
why.
I mean they are fearsome, but however, Mason Greenwood is just 18. We need to give him some time. He's very good,
And
but I
what did you
think.
think of Pogba's performance today?
Oh, to be very honest, if you're talking about Pogba, I did slate him a bit during our halftime analysis, and that is exactly what happened. I mean, he is supposed to be potentially our best player. I mean, do not. But I'm not even lying. I mean, he should be our best player in the pitch, and it was. Even today, it was Bruno for me. Bruno is the only one who did whatever he had to. I mean, Pogba didn't do anything for me. I think Fred had a better game than Pogba. What Pogba does is he wants to showboat. And for fuck's sakes, you are losing the fucking game and you're fucking showboating. You know what? If you continue on showboating, then just join a dance club, or you can probably fucking join a circus and not be a part of a fucking club. Because we're not supposed to showboat here. We are the biggest. We are the most many. Well, we have the most supported. We are the most supported club in the world, and you cannot do this to us, man. For fuck's sake! If you have a problem, I mean, if you still want to go, then just fucking go to Real Madrid if you want to go. Maybe just maybe he's not good enough. That's the honesty. It doesn't matter whether you play for Juventus or you play for Real. I know a lot of people will say that, oh, he's fantastic in France. Anyone who plays for France is going to do well because they have an enormous talent. You cannot expect to have the same in club football, right? So I think every time you look at him, he was never the one who could carry Manchester United. I thought even today, even the last game, he did not carry Manchester United because we are actually playing him as a number 8, and number 8 is very important because he's the one who sets the tone for most of the attacks, and he did nothing for me. I mean, if you're talking about some of his performances, I mean, he just did what he does. I mean, there was nothing special about it. That is what. When are we as United fans wrong to when expect something out of the blue from him? No, we're not. We are supposed to expect that from him. And when was the last time Pogba did that for us? Very bad performance for me. He should have done so much better. Yes.
Okay, okay. So would you sell Pogba or would you keep him?
I'll sell Pogba for 100 million.
Who would
And,
buy him for?
and I would buy a Grealish or a Hosam.
Who would buy
I
him
would love
for?
to. I would love to buy Hosam, but United actually don't watch our shows way too often. And maybe if they were watching our shows and me when he's waxing lyricals about him, maybe they would have been interested. But apparently they're not. So I don't see Hosam happening. Even Grealish could help us. I think Grealish, Sancho, and Benoit Badiashile could be has to be additions, not could be, has to be additions to our next team. And fucking sell Lindelof, man, for 2 million or 3 million, whatever it is.
So who do you get?
Smalling is better than
in the
Lindelof.
match?
Honestly, don't get me wrong. I don't think Smalling lets that ball run away and let him score. I don't think Smalling does that. Honestly speaking, he might be 31 years old, but he's better.
Okay.
He's 6
All
years.
right.
He's 6 years older, and he's probably six times better.
Okay, so let's move on to some player ratings. Let's see
Yeah, sure.
let's see the ratings here. So over here, if we can clearly see, De Gea 6.1, Aaron Wan-Bissaka 7.1, Lindelof 6.7, Maguire 6.7.
6.7. 6.7 for fucking Victor Lindelof. Okay, how about money? I know these have been given by Osport, but I actually think a lot of people actually have a different point of view. So I would like to give my own ratings. I'll actually do it. I think if you're talking about how much is okay, I don't even have to see there. I can't actually see. I don't really need it. I think if you're talking about David De Gea, I will probably give him a 6 because I don't think he can do anything in both of the goals. I mean, what can he do? I mean, there are people who is going to blame him for the first goal. I mean, what could he have done? He's hit it so well. I don't think there would have been an argument for the fact that Romero should have started, but he would never have stopped that. And the second was a free tap in, so you can really blame David De Gea. I'll give a 6 for David De Gea. And moving on to Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I thought Aaron Wan-Bissaka did not play what he was supposed to do in the first half. I thought he did not impose himself in the game. He did not pull off his sliding tackles or he wasn't good enough for me. He did not perform the standards that we always expect from him. He wasn't that good. I think I'll probably give him a 6 as well. Yeah, 6 for him.
Okay, 6 for De Gea, 6 for Wan-Bissaka. Victor Lindelof.
Can we allow minus ratings here?
Sure.
Minus 10 for Victor Lindelof because he's not a defender, so you shouldn't even fucking play. Get the fuck out of my fucking club, you fucking prick, you asshole, you fraud. Someone who says, "Oh, I'm a center back. Oh, I'm a ball playing center back." You cannot fucking defend. How the fuck are you a center back? Get the fuck out of my fucking club, you piece of shit.
What about Harry Maguire?
Harry Maguire. I mean, if you're talking about his overall performance, I'll probably give him a 5 for me. I did not think he did enough in the game. Apart from some blocks, he didn't. He wasn't the center back that we would have got. And I think I gave him 5, and I'm going to deduct some of his ratings on this point. I mean, when Lindelof, when it was Lindelof's fault and he had actually conceded the goal, isn't it the captain's role to fucking go and tell him it's your fucking fault? Why does Bruno go there and tell him what the fuck are you doing? Harry Maguire is actually there because he's the center back partner. He doesn't go, which goes to see. And if you watch the game again, as soon as Sevilla concedes, Harry Maguire starts looking at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. What the fuck are you doing as a captain? So I'll deduct -3 for him. It's a 2 for Harry Maguire because he's not a fucking captain.
Okay. What about Brandon Williams?
Shanaway, I'm being brutally honest. No fucking excuses. Don't give me this bullshit. There are people who give me this bullshit. Oh, we are fatigued. You are fucking football players. What the fuck do you mean by fatigue? You don't give me this shit excuses. I've had enough of shit excuses. Oh, we were fatigued. We were jaded. We were knackered. Fuck this knackered, man. Why weren't they knackered? Why are you fucking knackered? Why were you? Enough of this sleeping and having hunky-dory times, man. It's time for some grit and determination at Manchester United. There's talking about Brandon Williams. I mean, there are people who blames Brandon Williams for the first goal. I don't think it's his fault, honestly, because the ball was actually so well given by Reguilon. I mean, you can say, you can honestly say, if there was Luke Shaw, he would have done well. I don't actually blame him because it was a super finish. And even if you blame him, he's not the only one who's to be blamed. Lindelof has to be blamed first, and then I think I actually give credit to Reguilon for the pass rather than rather than I would say it was Brandon Williams' fault. And I would like to, and Brandon Williams throughout the game, I mean, he might not be someone who's very talented, but he shows grit and determination. And not to mention, we spent 80 million on Harry Maguire, and we spent 40 million on Victor Lindelof. But guess what? He's still fucking better. He was actually better than Aaron Wan-Bissaka as well. I said it in our show that he fucking cost us nothing, and he's still better. He defended astutely throughout the game, and our Rashford, fucking Rashford. The only way Rashford plays well is because he always needs an overlapping run, and that is what Brandon Williams has always given him. I love Brandon Williams, man. And don't get me wrong. I mean, it's not because I like him or anything. He had a very good game, honestly speaking. I think he played really well. I mean, tackles, interceptions, great determination. You have all of those things from him. It's a 7 for me.
Okay. And so do you think যে মানে উইলিয়ামস তো যেহেতু ফ্রি বাকিগুলো কি টাকা নষ্ট?
টাকা নষ্ট না, it's just that মানে হ্যারি ম্যাগুয়ার কি হয়েছে আমি জানি না. I don't think he's an 80 million player, and most importantly he's not a captain. I think captaincy দেওয়ার পর থেকে his performance has plummeted even more. I think we should give the captaincy to Bruno, and it should happen tonight. আর কত ভাই, আর কবে? Next season. I've had enough of this excuse of next season. It's now or never, man. Talking about Fred.
Fred.
Pogba's ব্যাপারে তো আমি অনেক বলছি throughout the show. I think যে despite being Pogba, the reason why I slate Pogba is because he has the potential to be one of the best players in the world. But apparently
Pogba has the highest rating so far.
এখন জিনিসটা হলো, I think we all see the game in a different way. Even if you say, I mean, how many times was he robbed of the ball? A lot of times throughout the game. Just do the ball and he controlled the midfield, just ball fire. Is that good enough? I don't think so. He's supposed to be the man who is supposed to link everything up. How many times did he link anything? He didn't link anything throughout the game. No, I'm not going to change my fact. It's a 5 for Pogba. I'm sorry, very sorry to say. But we are supposed to expect very good performances for Pogba, and he did absolutely nothing. Not good enough. I don't care about who scored ratings. I'm supposed to give my own ratings, and he just wasn't good enough. Talking about Fred, I thought Fred actually had a good game. There were innumerable times he actually won the ball in the first half and as well as the second half. We actually saw a little bit of the fact that we can actually. I actually want to applaud Ole for the fact that we actually went in with him, because Mattis wasn't doing well, and as we are not buying a center back, a center CDM for next season, he is probably our go-to guy. He actually played really well. I mean, driving runs from midfield, innumerable times he got the ball, he robbed the opposition of the ball. He was actually really good. I'll probably give a 7 for Fred. I thought Fred was really good today.
Okay. And moving on to the other ratings, আমরা যদি say Bruno Fernandes এর কাছে আসি. What did you make of Bruno Fernandes?
When we say Bruno Fernandes is the reason why we got UCL, I'm not lying. And neither are Manchester United fans. He's the only reason why we got that. Every time Bruno got the ball, there was impetus, there was creative spark. He was the only one, and even that goal, I mean there are people who call him Fernandes, but that was a fantastic finish. I mean, there is a way he hasn't missed a penalty in the last 4 years. So obviously that stutter run is actually helping him to score a lot of goals. And I think he throughout the game he was everywhere. CDM, CM, left wing, right wing. He was the only one, I think, who wanted who wanted Manchester United to go through. Apart from him, I don't think there was anyone else who really wanted Manchester United to do well today. And he gave his life, and he gave his everything. He gave his 110% today. But apparently, his teammates costed him today. I'm being very honest here. He actually played a good game. I think a 7 for him as well. Yeah.
Okay. Mason Greenwood.
Mason Greenwood, but as we all know, he's not a right winger, and you cannot expect him to play as a right winger more often than not. He's not going to have the touchline. He played well when in patches, I believe. You cannot really say he did not have any involvement in the game. He did. He was very good in a lot of situations. And something that I really like about Greenwood is that despite the fact that he's a striker and he's playing as a right winger, he does his defensive duties perfectly. I mean, it's a very underrated trait, because there are people who are going to be like, oh, he did not score. Okay, but I think, I mean, if he would not have done that, because Reguilin and Ocampos were causing all sorts of trouble, despite the fact that, I mean, Mason Greenwood did a good job, but in defensively as well. If he would not have, just imagine how many Manchester United would have scored. And attacking wise, he wasn't poor either. But every time he got the ball, he wanted to score. But I remember Bruno creating a goal for him, and I thought that is more like a keeper save, because I thought that was a good finish. The keeper just saved it for me. So I'll probably give a 7 for Mason
What
Greenwood as well.
about Marcus Rashford?
I'll give him, okay. If you're talking about, I'll give him 2 ratings. Because one for the entire game and one for the goal. If I'm talking about his entire performance today, I'll give him a 2, man. It was awful. No penetration football, no nothing. Same one touch football. It was as if you know what he's going to do. It's not 1990, for God's sake. You're supposed to have so much more to him. He is supposed to be our creative spark from the left wing. Oh, you're creative. You're fucking nothing, you prick. You're nothing. You can't attack. And I actually say, I would actually, I actually applaud Ole in a lot of things. But over here, I don't think Ole has done the right thing, because Marcus Rashford's biggest prowess is his legs, is his speed. Telling him to be a creative midfielder from the left just doesn't work, because he doesn't have that creative spark, and it takes a lot of his game away, his runs and everything. Even though he only has that cut in and that's it. I mean, even when forget about the goal that came because of he actually missed. It wasn't a very good finish from him, very honestly. He's actually a very poor finisher. And the other thing that I alluded to before the game, he doesn't track back, and it makes it super worse for the left back, because he has to go on a 2v1 every time. And despite that, I think Brandon Williams did really well. It's a 2 for Rashford, man. It's a 2, honestly.
Okay, and finally, Anthony Martial before we move on to the subs.
And Anthony Martial actually had a good game in terms of his hold-up play and part. But in terms of his hold-up play or his trickery inside the box. But the problem with Anthony Martial is that I know a lot of United fans are not going to like what I say. He's a left winger, man. He's not a striker. He's just a left winger who takes way too much time in order to finish his shots off. I mean, every time, I mean, if you're talking about today's finishes and the finish against Copenhagen, the only similarity is that the keeper saves. I mean, if it was just that day, we would have understood. But this keeps on happening every single game. I mean, you cannot really say that it's always the fact that the keeper is saving them. Why isn't he taking it early? Because as a striker, suppose you're a striker, your number one thing, if you're talking about Robert Lewandowski, who's like the best striker right now, he doesn't take time. He doesn't take any time to shoot. He takes one touch and that's it. What Martial does is he takes 3-4 touches into the box. I think he could have scored 3 today. I mean, it's not as if one of those hit the post or anything. They were all at the goal. All of them. I actually like his play a lot. I mean, I have always said that he's a left winger and he's not a striker. So, we are just trying to make him a striker. But apparently, I mean, I know your next question. Okay, first of all, I would like to give his rating. I would say a 5 for Martial, because he should have at least scored 1. So 5. And if you're talking about his finishing, I would have probably given him a 1. Probably a 0. I'm giving him a 5 for his overall performance, because I mean, even though I saw him try, which I did not see in Rashford. Rashford was non-existent throughout the game. He was actually. I know what your next question is. Your next question would be, is it time for Manchester United to buy a striker? Apparently, it's not, because it is in a way, but Manchester United, so you're basically selling
now. Would you sell Rashford?
We have so much money, but we have so much money. But suppose, even if we have money, suppose this is money, okay? And Manchester United have this. You know what we are going to do? We're going to put it in the pocket. We're going to put it in the fucking pocket of the shareholders. That is what we are. We are not a fucking football club. We are a fucking business. And it's high time to change it. I don't know what the fuck Glazers are doing, but it's high time to make this club what it used to be. You don't have money. One second, Chandra. Last season, we got a revenue of 700. We got a revenue of 650 million. How much did we spend? We spent 70 million net transfer. Where is the other fucking money? That's 11% of the money. Where is the 89%? Where are the other 89% of the money? It's gone to the pocket. It always goes in the fucking pocket. And what about us? What about us? What about Manchester United fans? What about this? What about the love for this? What about us? You don't give a shit. The fucking board doesn't give a shit. And Lindelof doesn't give a shit. And there are other players who doesn't play for the badge. And it's high time to start playing for this. For this, man. For this. This is what means the world to me, and this is what it should mean to every single Manchester United player. If it doesn't, go and get the fuck out of my club. There's the door. Go. This is what it means.
So after this, the subject rate got difficult. You might want to end on that, but you had 4 subs. And they all came in very late. In fact, after the 75th minute, I think, I
thought they were all at deuces. I mean, someone gives James a -3 because he's just a joke. He's not a football player. I think there could be someone who could challenge Usain Bolt. I'm not talking about him being so speedy. I mean, probably that is his sport. Not football, man. He has no footballing brain. I mean, there was this cross. I think from Timothy Fosu. It was actually a very good cross. He did not even understand. And even in the dying seconds, the chance that I think their forward missed in the 92nd minute. He did not even try to intercept. And all the other players were atrocious. Just give them a 2 or 3. And I don't even want to comment on it. I thought it was non-applicable in the sense that they just did not have time. I'm talking especially about James because you can see his flaws, and that's why I kept on talking about it.
Only waited till the 87th minute, in fact, to make those subs.
That's awful. That is awful. I thought Rashford should have come off in the 60th minute. He absolutely did nothing. Mata deserved to have been given 30 minutes at least today, after his performance last game.
In terms of rating the manager, how much would you rate Ole?
However, apart from the fact that he did not get his substitutions right, you can't really blame Ole. It's not always the manager's fault But however, can I ask you a question? Why didn't Bai start? When I'm asking you this, I don't know. I always like Bai a lot more than Lindelof. You know why? I mean, I know he's hit and miss, but he's a defender. He is a fucking defender. Lindelof is not a fucking defender. He is a joke, mate. He is a fucking joke. If I was there and I am a centre back, I would have. But I would have at least got that ball. I would have at least headed that ball, or at least made an interception on them. He let it go. I mean, you're letting it go to whom? Fucking prick. You should probably. It's as if he was playing for Sevilla. You let it go, man. It's his assist. I mean, UCL has probably. I think UCL Europa League has probably got it wrong by giving it to Jesus Navas. It's his fucking assist. Give him the fucking assist. Give that piece of shit the fucking assist, because he played for fucking Sevilla today.
And if we are to talk about overall, United this season? Do you see United making the right direction, being in the right direction, moving forward to the next season?
I actually do. I really, really do. I think we are in the right direction. If you're talking about the performances throughout the season, we were really good. I am. But having said that, I definitely think we need a lot of recruitments. We need a CM, man. We need a CM because I'm not sure about Pogba. Honestly speaking, I'm not sure about Pogba, and we need a right winger. We need Sancho, man. We need Sancho. Even if it means paying 108 million, fucking pay them. Are to be honest, is it the Glazers? Is it the Glazers' money? It's our money. It, I actually bought this jersey from the Manchester United club. I think from the Manchester United store during this season. Probably Glazers were not a part of this, but this is the jersey of 2003 2004. So I did pay. It was a gift, but my cousin who actually gifted me because I wanted it from England and we did not have the jerseys back then. So he also via me, that money has also been put to the Manchester United funds. So it's actually our fucking money. It's not the Glazers' money. It's our fucking money. So fucking spend it. I don't care how much money you put it in your fucking pocket. If I was there, I would have probably made sure I would have cut the pocket off with the knife. Fucking pocket piece of shits. Fucking owners, man. Don't get me wrong, Sean. They are quite honestly owning one of the, if not the biggest clubs in the world. How come don't you feel for this man? How come don't you feel for this? I just don't know, man. They're probably heartless, man. They're just heartless. We call murderers heartless and everything. They're probably the biggest heartless people in the world. If you can't fall for this, you're not human, man. You're fucking not human. You're a fucking monster. You're a fucking monster, man.
That season was good for us, though. The jersey that you're wearing, Karan Arsenal.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. I remember.
Anyways, Aqib, it's on to the new season. Karan, Europa League.
I think we'll do well, but apparently we need to make signings. Without the signings, nothing's gonna happen. I don't want to see Lindelof in my Manchester United team ever again. Sell that fucking piece of shit.
Iceman.
Icewoman, yeah. It's cool as ice, yeah. I am Lindelof. I am cool as ice. I let Sevilla players score and goal. I am so icy. Fucking prick.
He took Bergkamp's nickname. Bergkamp's nickname. It went from Bergkamp to
he's as good as Bergkamp in a sense. Imagine if Bergkamp was playing that game and he would have dummied and Arsenal player would have scored. Bravo, that is exactly because he played for Sevilla. So he actually played for Sevilla. So just imagine what an amazing dummy. What an amazing dummy by Lindelof. He actually played for Sevilla. What an amazing dummy.
You don't want to fucking United credit
if I would have got him, I would have slapped him across his face.
You don't want to give United any credit at all for this match.
That is not. He should do. Now, ভালো তো খেলছে, but where is the end result? Key, we played well. We played well FC. I don't give a shit about we played well. I don't give a damn. What is the end result? How many chances did they probably had 2 shots on target. 3. 2 of them, yeah, they scored both of them. It's not about how many chances you have, it's about the amount of times you score. But it obviously helped because they were playing with 12 men, because Lindelof was playing with them. It was 10 versus 12 versus 10. Honestly, I'm not lying. He's lucky that I'm not in Germany today. He's lucky. I would have fucking killed him. I would have gone to jail. I would have killed him. I would have fucking killed him.
Not long before the new season, obviously September 12th is not going to be far away. So United need to recoup, and then rest, and then get back. Because they're all fatigued.
Fatigued. Enough of this. I said enough of this. Enough of these excuses and enough of this mediocrity. And don't give me this. Oh, we are not good enough to win the Europa League because we were playing in the Europa League, and next season you're going to win. You're going to be part of the Champions League. But just imagine, it's a severe team. I mean, if we are supposed to be in a group of 4, they would have been the fourth best team. Let's just say they would have been the fourth best team. There would have been 2 better teams from Manchester United in the group stage. How are you going to beat them if you can't beat Sevilla? That's one question.
Group stage, they can play the Europa League again, or you could even get knocked out.
I'm not saying, but the honesty is that this was going to be a stump. This was going to be a testament to how good we were. We were not. We actually were.
So yeah, let's move
Even
on.
if we get into Champions League next season, we cannot do anything in the Champions League with this squad, man. We need to buy players, man. Sancho is a must. Pay 108 million. It's our money anyway. Why do we fucking care? It's our money. We paid. We as a Manchester United club, I mean, even me or any other Manchester United club, when we make social media interaction, they get paid. So it's all every Manchester United fan's money. It's not their money, it's our money. So fucking go and fucking spend it tonight. I want 3 signings by the end of by the end of the month. And I want 1 signing tonight. Sign something tonight.
It's not going to happen, unfortunately, I guess. Anyways, thanks, man. We'll move forward and we'll do a season review of Man United one day, very soon.
Sure.
After the UCL is over, and then we'll rate every player's season. And
we didn't have the worst. We didn't have the worst 2 seasons to go.
No, you didn't. But we won the FA Cup. You didn't win a trophy. I have to tell you that. We didn't finish 4th, finished 8th, but we ended up with
You had to mention, but we are in the Champions League or not.
Yeah, we are in the Champions League. We're getting hopefully some good players. Anyways, we talk for a long time.
You could be in the Champions League by all the players that I mentioned. Arsenal keeps too many. I think they have someone in Bangladesh who keeps on listening to our show, or they
you mentioned Gabriel Magalhaes.
And both of them are there. I've been mentioning Partey as well, and 3 of them are there. So if Arsenal does well next season,
man, credit to you. Credit to you. Yeah, let's end it. Let's upload the video immediately, and let's get back to the live show.
Yeah, man. Sad. It's just sad.